Hi everyone, this is Phoenix. Welcome back to Hobbs Farm. So we got to the gear park there. I've finished reseeding everything and putting all the gear away, give it all a wash. And yeah, so what we're going to do today, we're going to get into the cows. So we're going to jump down to the shop. Already got a tractor down here waiting. Need to buy a mixing wagon to start with. I'm not going to use the mixed feeding machines for now. I'm going to try and keep a little bit of realistic view on it. Now we're going to have quite a lot of cows, so we're going to buy this big one. These are modded trailers, obviously. This holds 42,000 of. I can make a load of 42,000 because it means less loads. So we're going to buy the big mixing wagon, so we'll buy that. And I'll just drive this up to the shop. Now we're going to buy quite a lot of cows. We've got 466,000 now. And I think that's max loan. Yeah, it is. That's max normal loan. We can borrow more, obviously, with the loan extended, but just work on this for now. It's not the safest, smartest hill to drive up. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna 466. We're gonna buy 100 cows, so that's 250,000. And we'll just stick with 100 for now, because we want to do. I'll need to buy a bit later on. What we're gonna do is the target for this farm. We're gonna go completely organic. We're not gonna use spray fertilizers, which means I also need to sell my seeder at some point and get a new one, because it fertilizes everything while it's seeding. But yeah, that's the plan. We're going to have enough cows and pigs and beef to produce enough slurry and manure to fertilize everything and go organic. That's the target. It's a big farm, so it's going to take a lot. So we'll just see how that target goes, but we'll at least go a percentage organic anyway. Now another thing I've done, you can just see it sort of loading, is you can see the truck and trailer there next to the silage bunkers and my big cat loader. You also see this a ramp there. Well, there's two actually, but that's a mod that I actually downloaded. Put in there just to make it a little bit easier to load the trailers. Just park this here for now. Basically, this ramp here just gives me a bit of a boost. I go up and up and up. That's in line, yes it is. You see the bucket on this cat loader is huge. It's 25,000. I didn't realise it was so big, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely massive. I'm just going to drive this guy back in to where we need it. And now we're going to load it all from the actual storage shed, so I'll have to bring my loader over in a minute. We'll just drive the mixing wagon in for now and make the mixed rations. We've got enough straw. We've only got a little bit of grass, which I do believe will work. Usually, obviously, you need hay. But I think with all these mods, when you put them in the storage, just sort of turns it to grass hay. I'm not sure, or this might be this modded trailer. But you'll see there's a bit of silage there. Oh, it's tight. Yep, and we're in. I'll leave him there. Alright, so we're gonna get the loader. What I've done is I've actually been offloading. I've done a few loads with the truck and the loader there. You'll see that bunker on the left, which had about 200 something thousand. It's completely empty. I've taken one load out of the big bunker on the right. In the last episode, I made mention that bunkers were huge. Actually, had a better look at it. If you go to the cow section, it says sheep. You'll see down the bottom there where it's got the 3 bunker silos. There's actually one that's 300,000 and 2 that are 3 million. Of course, I was lucky enough to pick the 3 million one, not the 300. That's why we have so much silage. So I did end up finishing off the grass, and because I blanketed off the 3 million one early to try and get the silage going. And I filled the 300,000. I think I got up to like 200 and something. which is good. So we've got a fair bit of silage. And to get in this storage, it's just up here on the back there. And this is a very tight area for this big loader. I might have to use my telehandler for this in the future. But now it's got 42,000 in the 42,000 capacity in that trailer. So to make it a third, obviously we want to use 40%, the maximum 40% straw, because it's just the easiest and the cheapest. So what we want, we're going to get silage first. Oh. Now to get a third of 3042 is 14,000. So I can't go any more than 14,000, and it needs to be at least 12, I think. Just see how this goes. Up to a little bit more there. Be a little bit more conservative with the grass, I think. One thing I've noticed on this loader is the controls, I'm pretty sure, are backwards. For the bucket. Moving like up and down like that, I'm sure they're backwards because it just, whoa. Could have been bad. I'm sure they're backwards, but it's alright. Okay, so we need, it's under 14. Okay. I hope my math is correct. It's pretty early. Now, how much room do we have left in there? So 67 cents, so we're on target now. Oops, get my weights up. Sorry, my menu. So we can hold 14, just under 14,000 of straw, so my math's pretty good. Because we did put a bit of silage in, I reckon put a bit extra in. But yeah, so we'll just load that up. I go back to my loader, so I can take 14,000. What have I done here? Assume I can just tip that back in there if I have to. Ooh. If I have too much in the bucket, I assume I can just tip it in there. I don't have to go all the way over to the area. But yep, so that's all we got. Now I go back to my, and we have perfectly mixed rations. Beautiful. So it'll work. So we've got a full load. We just need to buy the cows now. Let's drive over. One thing, 100 cows is going to take a lot of mixed rations. We don't have much grass. Look at my storages. Yeah, what's in my storage, sorry. There, I've only got 24,000 left, so I've got enough to make, might just be able to scrape 2 loads if I do it right, if I get 12 in each. I think 12's right. I need 25%, so that's about 10,500, I think, for each load, and just top it up with silage a bit. So I can make 2 more mixed loads, and I'll have to mow some more grass anyway. Let's buy some cows. Okay, cows, and let's buy away. Cows. 250,000, nice quarter of a mil. And let's just see here. Okay, oops, there cows there. They can on 200,000, so that's not bad. Now, if I go to the other menu, I can use 26,000 a day, so I have to do at least one of these every day and a half, roughly. Silage. Sorry, of mixed rations. Hmm. There we have it. The mixed ration's going up. I need to go. I'll go and get some straw now. I'll put a little bit of grass in there. I don't know if it affects the percentage. Like once you got mixed rations and the straw, I'm pretty sure it gets you up to the 100%. But I'll do the straw first and just see. One thing with this big mixing wagon, it takes a long time. Okay, so we'll just shoot back and we'll just grab a load of straw. Yeah, full trailer of straw. We'll just see how that goes for now. But yeah, now one thing with the truck, at T600, I'm going to have to trade it in. I actually enjoy that truck. So I actually enjoy that truck a lot because its top speed's 151 kilometers per hour. But I can't use courseplay for anything, and I do like being able to use that. So if I'm in the middle of something, I can send a truck off to either sell product, or I can use it here where I can be on the loader. I can load the trailer up, it'll go and offload it for me and come back while I do something else in between. So it's, not go too far. So it's a little bit like annoying. So I'm gonna have, oops. So I'm going to trade it in at some point, unfortunately. So yeah, see how it goes. Oh. Mm. Very tight area. How much can that hold? 40, 60, yep, alright, whoops. Whoa. The controls are definitely backwards for this, I think. That's modded loader, to be honest. Very big bucket size, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know why I'm bothering filling the bucket, I can't even fit it all in the trailer. Yep, that's all I can fit. Alright, so we're going to offload the straw. Wrong one. And I'll just speed up time to get the percentage up and just see if that brings us up to 100%. Otherwise I'll have to put a little bit of grass and silage in to get it. I will eventually anyway, just in case. Yeah, and I do believe there is no stop milk sale on this map. It's good. I'm not a huge fan of having to sell your own milk, but it does give you something else to do. but on this farm we have plenty to keep us busy. That's for sure. Just speed up time a little bit while we're here. See if that percentage comes up. There we go. We're at 100%. I don't need grass and silage in the trough because we've got mixed rations and straw. So we need. We're going to produce a little bit of manure, a little bit of. I assume we're going to produce both. The reason I'm doing that, by the way, is to get to this other second menu on the PDA. It's the same. It's you push 9, which is what triggers the mini map, obviously. So that's why I do it every now and then. So we're going to produce a day 25,000 of liquid manure, 20,000 of manure. Okay, we definitely need a lot more cows than that to produce enough to cover us. Yeah. I'm going to speed up time a little bit because I reckon those numbers are right. I thought with 100 cows it should be a lot more than that. Yep, well those numbers aren't changing, so that's right, we definitely need probably about 800 cows. It's okay, we'll get there. Yeah, so I've got to go and do a few more loads. Mixed rations, or not, at least another, I can do another 2, then I need to mow some more grass. And that's the cows up and running, so they will quietly start producing. While I'm here, I'll just drop this trailer. Shoot over and have a look at the sheep and just see how much wool we've got. I think we had 3 pallets, I think. But we'll just check. Yeah, so I'm not going to use these mixing stations for now. I do like the mixing stations, quite nice. But I'm just going to, yeah, for the time being, I'm just going to mix it all myself, a bit more realistic. I don't do everything as realistic as possible, but I try some things. So yeah, so we've got 3 pallets of wool there. And we'll just check. Where's the wool? Yeah, so it's producing 7,200 a day. So it's just over 3.5 pallets of wool a day. Which, what is on that pallet mod? 3, 6, 12. Yeah, so about every 4 days I'm going to have to empty it. Or at least, yeah, get a trailer and load it up. I don't have to sell it every 4 days, but definitely need to empty the pallet mod. I mean, we do have storage, so I may just use a telehandler and until we buy a trailer. Not that flat top's only like 12 grand or 15 grand, so it's not expensive. But we might just load them up under this storage shed here for the time being until we get a flat top, and then we'll take them all down at once. Might buy a few more sheep. To be honest, we've got 300. We'll leave it for that for now because we need the cash for a few other things. We've got a field of corn. I'll show you what I ended up planting too. Yep, so we've got field 11 is corn, field 3 is barley, and I did 14 as canola again. So we're going to get our straw off field 3, or some more straw to top it up. And we're going to get our chaff from field 11. So it's going to be a fair bit of silage going on. So I need to buy a chaff or forage harvester. I think we're going to buy the John Deere one. I haven't used it, but it's the cheapest one definitely. It's only got like a 6.5 meter working width, I believe, but we'll have a look at that later on. And we'll just use that one. It's only a small field of corn, so and we'll work up to the bigger equipment later on. There's the seeder. Yeah, so I got to do a couple more loads of the mixed rations while I've got the trailer hooked on, and while everything's still growing, because the corn and the barley's not ready to harvest, neither is the canola. I've got a bit of work to keep me busy. I'll leave the episode there, I think. Now that we've got the cows up and running. Oh, it didn't quite make it. Oh, okay. There we go. Hit the turn. Yeah, so we've got the cows up and running. Now I'm not going to go with chickens. I don't like chickens. What I have left, we have to get the beef and the pig fattening going. So we'll do that at some stage. The next episode we'll be harvesting the corn, I believe, and getting the barley harvester going. Oh, sorry, getting the barley harvest going in the corn. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe, chuck us a like. It does help out a lot, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Cheers, guys.